Our first storyteller tonight is Laura Lake. Laura describes herself as a playful luminary and changemaker. She begins all of her interviews by asking guests, what 3 words would you love others to use to describe you? It's a question that speaks to her passion for connecting on a deep level. Please welcome Laura Lake.
You're all coming in at the same time, so I'm just going to leave my stuff here,
Yep.
if you don't mind.
And that's for you. Go for it.
I'm so glad we started with all of the funny stories. That'll be nice. Keep this mic together. Oh, you got pencils in the way and everything? I'm moving those.
I got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Oh, I can't see you. That's okay. So, hello, everyone. Many people, when they first meet me, they see a happy-go-lucky woman who's always smiling, excited about something, and has no trouble talking to new people. Hi. They tend to think that this means that life is great and everything is fine. Nobody expects somebody with so much life to have almost lost that life 5 times by the age of 14. Now, most of them were mistakes or lack of awareness. For example, when I was 2, I was playing Hungry Hungry Hippos with my brother. Loved it. I wanted to be a hippo too, so I popped a marble in my mouth. It took mere moments for my brother to see the deepening hue of my face and roll up onto his knees to help. He's pounding me on the back, all while the babysitter and her boyfriend are asleep right beside us on the couch. And yeah, she was fired. Yeah. So near-death experiences number 2, 3, and 4 went from almost being hit by a car when I was 4 to almost fishtailing off a cliff with my friend and her mom in middle school to almost drowning in my own swimming pool the summer before grade 9 because we thought we were mature enough to do it without the adult supervision. Now, we all know mistakes and accidents happen every single day. Now, the 5th time is what I remember, because the 5th time was different. It can get hard. It was the summer, it was the transition between middle school and high school. So it was me going into grade 9. In middle school, I was one of the top students. I won the Happy Camper Award at Science and Entrepreneurship Camp. I was in the talent show. I was entertaining on the Jungle Gym. I was the girl who would eat pudding while hanging upside down from just her ankles on the Jungle Gym. The happy-go-lucky girl who could light up any room. But going into grade 9, I call it the year of rejection. There was no Jungle Gym to play on. There were no more talent shows to be a part of. My brother, who I finally got along with again, moved away to the big city for university. The guy that I had a crush on for 6 years publicly rejected me on Valentine's Day after I asked him out in a handmade card. Before the first semester of grade 9 was even over, my friend group said they didn't want to be my friends anymore. Everything that I knew, everything that I loved, everything that I built my identity on was gone. I no longer recognized the redhead looking back at me in the mirror. Life grew colder and colder. And so I decided to do one of my favorite things, take a bath. As I'm trying to warm up, there's sweat dripping into my eyes. And the only thing I can think to myself is, what's the point? There's nothing left for me here. And I let gravity pull my head under the water. I can feel the bubbles come out of my nose, and I can hear them pop, pop on the surface of the water. In the silence, I can hear the muffled voices of the TV, but I can't hear any footsteps. I feel my body begin to shake and convulse. And in that moment, I chose to stay right where I was. For the 5th time, I had chosen death. And for the 5th time, it said, not yet. Over the next couple months, the zombie mode of mental autopilot began to wake up. Not thinking about the coulda, shoulda, wouldas, and not having my thoughts so focused on it, I realized that I stopped trying to fix and control. I let go of my fears and my desires, and it was in that moment that I surrendered to just whatever life had in store for me. Because nothing I did worked anyway. There wasn't even a tear that tried to leave my face. And so yes, that mental autopilot, that zombie mode that we can all be familiar with, took over. And as I thought about the coulda, shoulda, wouldas, and I had the extra energy and space, by not worrying about that, I found myself back into that childlike curiosity that I used to have. I found myself exploring new hobbies, new interests. I started singing in 17 different languages in who knows how many genres. And no, I don't understand most of them. I began entertaining in musical theater. I started to get new friends. Okay, they were my brother's friends, but I even started dating one of them. At this point, I felt like a superstar with all that love. Finally. And over the next decade, I checked all the boxes. House, car, career, baby, RRSP. Until one gorgeous Friday morning, I was on my way to work, and I almost died for the 6th time. At this point, I thought to myself, well, there's obviously something that I'm not getting. There's some sort of lesson here. Okay, fine. I was so mad. The only thing I could think to myself was, what am I doing wrong that the world is against me? I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to. Hello again, coulda, shoulda, wouldas. Yeah. I got caught. I got caught in checking all the boxes because people told me that the boxes were the thing that was going to make me happy. And part of me was happy. That grade 9 part who wanted to be loved and accepted so that she wouldn't die. But that happy camper version of me, she needed more than just safety. She needed to live. And the amount of time that I spent learning and being mentored in wellness, personal development, high performance, very quickly outpaced my 15-year career in architecture. Who has time for TV when Psychology Today, Brendan Burchard, and TED have so much awesome content? So much. Well, I lost my job, but then a year later, I started my own business. I got so good at doing, so good that I hustled and I grinded myself to the point that I couldn't even walk for almost a month earlier this year. Obviously, I can now, but at the time, it got so bad that I thought to myself, like, I know what to do. How am I still getting caught in this trap over and over again of either rejecting myself in this way or this way, one way or another? one phone call with a good friend led to one word: worthiness. Worthiness. In that moment, I realized I didn't know how to put a word to what I was feeling, but that is exactly what I was feeling. I'm only now starting to understand what worthiness actually means. It's not about confidence. It's not about accomplishment and in order to increase our value, because I got that. What it really means is that who we are, our beingness, no matter who we are, is allowed. This year, my daughter's in grade 9. And I do have her permission to share this. So as she's been aging, my biggest fear was that she would end up like me in grade 9 for that 5th time that I almost died, when it was my choice. And I remember talking to her over the years about that fear, and I tried to give her all the tools that I was learning. Until one day she told me about a kid in her school who was that happy-go-lucky person, never to be expected to try to take their own life. And this was just this past year. She told me that in grade 4, she tried the same thing. Grade 4. But thankfully, as she looks like me, as she dresses like me, as she kind of acts like me, and that big fear of, oh my God, you're going to end up like me, thankfully, we have a relationship where we can talk about these things. I'm sharing my tools with her. And as I'm learning about worthiness, she's learning about worthiness too. So yeah, she's the happy-go-lucky girl that can light up a room. But she also knows who she is and who she wants to be moving forward. As she separates from friends over there, she connects with friends over here. May I just say that she is so excited to explore her unique recipe of existence, following her joy and loving herself as best as she can in the moment as she does it. It makes us both happy campers. And today, I am so gosh darn proud of everything that she has been through, because she needed to support me in the beginning. But yet together we got to have those tools. And as I continue to learn about worthiness, she's going to learn them too, so that she doesn't repeat the same patterns that I repeated when I was younger. And so am I still afraid? Yeah, because I'm a mom, but not to the same extent as I was before having that conversation. I'm so excited to where she's going to be. And again, I'm so proud to write our next chapters together. And they will look different. Thank you.